This is
Let's see.
just screen grabs that I did of, I don't know, 36 or more articles in legacy media of headlines. And the reason I wanted to show these in their entirety, and there's a lot more than this. This was just a few minutes of looking at headlines, but they're all speaking. This is propaganda. This is what propaganda looks like. They're all speaking. The cathedral's all speaking the same words at the same time. We've seen this before. I felt like highlighting it this time with this current phase of the acceleration after what happened on January 6th. Here are the words they're all speaking now. And you will notice that the sheep in your life, the people who are plugged into the cathedral, are all going to be speaking these words too, if they haven't already. So first of all, here's one from the Washington Post. To understand Trump's support, we must think in terms of multiracial whiteness. Okay, so they're trying to make...
That's my favorite phrase ever. I love that phrase.
Yeah, that's hilarious. So they're trying to make all of this... They are coming after several groups of people. They're coming after white people. They're coming after Christians. They're coming after any people of color who are conservative or who voted for Trump or who are not social justice. They're coming after Jews. They're coming after liberals who are not a part of social justice. They're obviously coming after all Trump voters, all conservatives, anyone middle of the road, centrist, libertarian. Anyway, so this is how they're trying to explain, and the fact that there are black and brown people who don't agree with them is they're now calling them a part of multiracial whiteness, and they're calling them multiracial white supremacists or black white supremacists, which I find really funny.
Does that mean that they think black and white together is supreme?
Well, I think what they're trying to sell us, they're trying to sell us the idea that that white supremacy is really racially diverse and inclusive. Isn't that what they're selling us?
Yeah. Look how diverse white supremacy is.
Look how racially diverse.
Look at the shirt that they've chosen here. This is interesting. This guy's wearing an American supremacist. I've never seen this shirt. American supremacist.
Yeah. Well, so
that's interesting.
Let's just. Do you want to talk about that, or can we go through a few more of these?
No, I'm just looking at it, thinking they. This, by the way, this reveals something about the left's attack that I think people are aware of, but you should be. If you're not, you should be. This is how they get away with slandering people as white supremacist. To them, America or American is whiteness.
Yes.
Those are equivalents. So to them, they see this shirt and it says white supremacist. That's what they see when they see this shirt.
Yeah, they also, this is why it sounds insane, but this is why they're calling black people and Latino people white supremacists now, is because they basically see like a belief in America as white supremacists. They see they see a belief in, basically any kind of conservative belief is white supremacist. They say that Christianity is white supremacist. Like they're basically equating all of these things that are targets of their ideology. They've already created this boogeyman in this narrative that white supremacy is everywhere, guys. It's ubiquitous. It's the whole world is run on, our whole country is run on white supremacy. So now that they've succeeded in making that a huge narrative, now all they have to do is tie all these things that are their true targets. Their true targets are America, individualism, belief in God, Christianity. Now they can tie all those targets. Any black person or Latino person or Asian person who doesn't agree with social justice. Now they just have to call all those things and all those people white supremacists. And that's what we're going to see in these headlines. So, okay, that's one. Let's go to the next one.
Okay, next one.
White Christian nationalists want more than just political power. This is in the Atlantic. You're going to see a lot of white Christian nationalists in these. Go to the next one.
Wait. Sorry. I know I'm pausing again, but you know how we said in the past, whatever they're saying, like we want unity, what they mean is the opposite.
Yeah.
The other thing they do is whatever they're accusing the other side of is what is revealing their
Yeah.
intentions. What this means is that SJWs want more than just political power. That's what this means when you see it.
Yeah,
Just know
they
that.
do. They want more than just political power. You're absolutely right. They project. They're masters at this. Okay, next one. This is where's this from? Boston Globe? I can't see the top. This is
Regionnews.com, it looks like.
okay,
Religion News. Sorry,
regionnews.com.
Religion News.
Religion News. Taking the white Christian nationalist symbols at the Capitol riot seriously. And then they have a picture of a person with a Trump flag in the background holding a Bible. Now I'm still looking, where's the white nationalist symbols? I don't see any. This dude's holding a Bible. Oh my gosh, a Bible. like,
Well, keep in mind what they've done. They've painted the entire riot as A, an insurrection, as B, and B as white nationalist insurrection. So now that they've painted it that color, now anything that anyone brings to it is now associated with white supremacy. So here's a Bible. So if it wasn't associated with white supremacy before, now it is by virtue of the fact that it's there, right?
It's a Bible. Okay. Now moving on. Okay, this is the Atlantic again. A Christian insurrection. That's the headline. And then they have a big picture of a cross from the protest. A Christian insurrection. Okay, moving on. There's a lot. Go to the next. If you go down to the next tweet, it's like a tweet thread. You can see the next four. Okay, here's one from the Washington Post. Trump's mob at the Capitol was following an old white supremacist playbook. Okay, now remember, Washington Post specifically, I don't know if you guys remember, but back in October, the Associated Press sent out guidelines to all reporters in the style book and told them not to refer to the BLM and Antifa riots as riots. They were told, reporters were told to refer to them as protests. Okay, the opposite
and not to use the word mob.
Right, and the opposite happened after January 6th. The Washington Post editor-in-chief sent out orders for all of the Washington Post reporters to use the word mob to describe the protesters at the Capitol. They have to be called a mob. Okay, so Trump's mob at the Capitol was following an old white supremacist playbook. Okay, next one. Washington Post again. The seditionists made clear what their attack was about. Dun, dun, dun. White supremacy. There it is again. Next one. I'm going to go through these real fast. I just want you to see the number of them. Here's the Washington Post again. The state leaders say volatile mix of far right white supremacist groups could challenge law enforcement. Okay, next one. Now we're about to get into okay, here's one with a picture of Hillary. Washington Post. Hillary Clinton says Trump should be impeached, but that alone won't remove white supremacy from America. Okay, who's the target beyond Trump? So first of all, it's laughable to me that they have pushed the lie that he's a white supremacist so far. They feel so comfortable with that lie and having normalized that lie in the past 4 years that now they just say it like it's a given. Okay, that removing him is somehow going to be a hit against white supremacy, but not a. But what's beyond him, right? They're basically saying what's beyond him. Well, Trump voters, conservatives, Christians.
Well, as Trump said, they're not coming after him. They're coming after you, is what he said, right? And he was, he's not right about everything, but he was right about that.
Yeah,
yeah, they really are. Well,
can we? I wasn't. Before we talk about something, I really just want to hit on a few more of those because there's also
more?
Yes, if you go back to that thread, there's like 30 of them. We don't have to do all of them.
Yeah, you kept going on the thread. All right.
Yeah, because some people, they don't see it until they see the entirety of it. They're like, oh, this is just one or two headlines. No. It's not one or two headlines. This is how propaganda works. It's every legacy media outlet is putting out these words: white supremacy, Christian nationalist, Christian insurrection. Here's one. Trump has made Republicans complicit in his revolt against American principles. That's in the Washington Post. Next one. This is in the Associated Press, and it also ran in the Washington Post. I saw it there. Years of white supremacy threats culminated in the Capitol riots. Okay, next one. MSNBC says Trump supporters storming the Capitol linked to historical white supremacist mobs. Now, if you look here in the description, it's basically a video of a segment they did on MSNBC. And who do they have on to tell us about how this is all about white supremacy? Oh, look, they have Nicole Hannah-Jones, staff writer for the New York Times Magazine and developer of the 1619 Project, which is full of crap. Okay. Next one, because we're about to get into the stuff about the military. Or almost. Here's another headline. Capitol insurrection was never about the election. It was about white supremacy. Next one.
But I can't, by the way, I can't stand this word insurrection. Every time I see it, I just have to complain about it. But okay.
Okay, here's where they start. Now they're linking the military and the police to this catch-all word, white supremacy, right? Here's the Daily Beast headline. White supremacy is threatening our military from within. Next one. Well, that's another one. It says, this is St. Louis Post Dispatch. White supremacist images culminate at Capitol riot. Next one. The Atlantic. Joe Biden's looming war on white supremacy. Okay, they're telling us we're about to be in a war. Salon, Capitol siege raises questions over extent of white supremacist infiltration of U.S. police. Okay, so now they're saying the white supremacists have infiltrated our police. Here we go. This is USA Today. Congress demands investigation into white supremacists in the military after Capitol riots. Okay, that's USA Today. Next one, Capitol attack. This is the New York Times. Or is it? No, this is
Center for Public Integrity, this one says.
Okay, Capitol attack underscores white supremacist infiltration of police and military. That's the headline. This is just a funny Lady Gaga one. Entertainment Today. Lady Gaga encourages her fans to unlearn white supremacy in her award acceptance speech. I thought this one was funny because, first of all, Lady Gaga, why are all of your fans white supremacists? That's really freaking weird. I don't know a lot of singers whose fans are white supremacists. And secondly, I know what she really means by that. What she really means is it's begging the question. She's saying that all of us have learned white supremacy, so therefore we need to unlearn it. She's got a presupposition in the question itself, or in the thing. It's like you have to unlearn it. Well, what does that mean? It means you have to accept that you have learned it in the first place. Okay, next one. Because you'll see it from cultural figures like that too. You're going to see it from a ton of different Lady Gagas. KXAN says, abolish Confederate Heroes Day. Texas lawmaker introduces bill after white supremacist U.S. Capitol riots. So they're going to use this narrative now that all the protesters there were white supremacists, which is a lie, an outright bald-faced lie. They're going to use that to push other local things. And there's more. There's probably 10 more in that thread. There's which one is that? Boston Globe? Yeah.
I'm just looking at a bunch of them. Yeah. Police departments must take a hard line on insurrectionist and white supremacist cops. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Here's a bunch more
American
about
Christianity. To be honest about its history of white supremacy.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. So if the picture is not becoming clear for you yet, here are some of the targets in this new accelerated phase. The targets are Christians. The targets are anyone with a belief in God, I would say. The targets are white people.
It's anyone with love for America, anyone with any kind of appreciation for the founding principles of America, literally anyone. This is why they're conflating America with white supremacy, because if you wear an American chauvinist, that guy was the leader of the Proud Boys, by the way, with the American chauvinist or whatever, American supremacy shirt. He's like Cuban or something. I don't know. He's not white. It's expression of gratitude or appreciation for the founding principles of America that get you labeled white supremacist.